1, 2, in the place to be. It's me. It's me.
All right.
It's me.
You want to go ahead and give him some pepper sauce?
Oh, man, look, here's the deal. I don't know how many times I got to tell y'all people I'm better at this than you think I am. I got this shit on lock. And I've got a special guest to prove it. See when, hit him with it. Poof!
Views and opinions expressed in this program are strictly those of the host and our guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of associated brands or figures. And some content may not be appropriate for sensitive listeners, yo.
Poof!
Yay. What's up, y'all? What up?
Yeah. We got a special guest in the booth this episode for you guys. Everybody in the Makonga jungle, welcome. The one, the only, Mook Gibbons.
That's right.
Yeah.
The man
what's
behind
up?
the queen.
What's up? What up, family? What up?
We can literally say there would be no Madvocates. There would be no Madvocates.
What up, Flint?
Without this man right
here.
That's right.
With a B, y'all.
Peace.
Yeah.
Yo, so for the motherfuckers that don't know.
Don't know how they don't.
I don't understand. You can go and watch the Wu-Tang of Mike's and Men documentary later, but this is John Mook Gibbons, the first man to ever sell Wu-Tang Clan's music, the only person to ever manage all of the main, we counted 10? We counted done?
That's right.
Yeah, all 10 of the original members of Wu-Tang Clan, and he is here in Makonga, in the jungle. We out here Triangle Arts like we always do it this time. What the fuck is up, bro? But how you liking Georgia so far, girl?
Oh man, I'm loving it, man. You know I got lots of family out here. You know.
Word. You said your mom's side's from down here, bro.
Yeah. My mom is from Georgia. You know, from Louisville, Augusta area.
Oh, okay.
I got lots of cousins up here in Atlanta and all these nearby cities, you know.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of homeboys too. It's like a migration point for New Yorkers.
Mm-hmm.
Another migration point. So
it's one of the stops.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I came to come to a party. One of my boys, Top Dog, right there, you know.
Okay.
And his wife's birthday party. You know, 50th joint, you know.
Oh, happy birthday to her.
Yeah, her name is TT. What up, yo?
Peace, TT.
Yeah, so
happy birthday, belated but happy either way.
So I was really just coming for the party and I was leaving the next day, but I'm still here.
He said that's how it usually happens.
That's how
the charm.
That's the best part of an adventure right there,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, I mean, I'm loving it. You know, I was looking at some houses today.
There you go.
You know, so
Look,
I might be one of your neighbors and shit.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know you're
So,
gonna be
for
taken
some
care
sugar.
of. Hey, if you
Got some
show
hot
up.
sauce, bro?
Oh yeah. Hey, yo. Hey, Mook. I need some sugar, though. Oh, you recording? Oh, what's up?
Trying to bake a cake and
Hey, yo, what's going on? Mook in the morning, y'all. Fresh from Makonga. How's it going?
there you go.
Yeah.
We down here, but that's how most of us get marooned here. They stop through. Like my mom, she was she went to Mercer or whatever for like telecommunications and stuff, and then here we are all these years later. You could tell them about your how you ended up here.
Well,
real quick.
all I'm gonna say is, you know, I wouldn't be much of a pirate, bro, if I didn't get finagled by a mermaid or two, sea witches here and there, shit like that. And let me just say, bro, all it takes is a southern-born squid bitch to get her tentacles in you to get your whole life fucked up.
There it is.
Bro, but let me tell you something. You know, I don't feel too bad, man. I'm about to hit her up and ask me for all my damn money back as soon as she got this fucking OnlyFans going and shit. You know what I mean?
They finna shut all that shit down.
Oh, I know. I think that's why she's starting to try and hit me up again.
Yo, I ain't think about it. Yeah, so we were talking on the headlines for Mook in the Morning. For y'all that don't know, Mook in the Morning is coming to Woo World Radio. Make sure you download the app 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. going live August 2nd.
August 2nd,
during the
that's right.
company retreat and whatnot. But we were talking
Live
about
from Kissimmee, Florida.
Oh, my home,
it's
my stomping grounds.
Uh-huh.
I'm from Orange County.
There you go. Yeah, so we were talking about
You don't like the mosquitoes here, you ain't gonna like them there. They're about twice the
You
size.
got pterodactyls down there.
Shit.
But like, so OnlyFans, they cleaning up they act. They talking about they shutting down all the adult shit, all the porn shit, because they trying to get like bigger, better sponsors and all that. So we were talking about it's gonna be a lot of hoes having trouble paying their rent pretty soon.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry that the game got reset to 0. And now instead of having a legion of men paying your bills, you gotta go back to the old school style of 1. I still want my fucking money back, though. Hold on a second. I've been thinking about this. Every whiff of twerk wind that bitch lets out into the universe, and she's making bank I don't really see a problem with it as long as I get my cut.
All right.
That's PS5 money right there.
Let Mook with that
I don't
30%.
think- Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna have a problem. They're gonna adapt.
They're gonna
Oh, yeah.
adjust.
They're
Yeah.
gonna adapt.
Well, here's the thing, though. If you're wanting to make your money doing a certain thing,
They're gonna start their website. You know,
but I will say this.
have the money coming direct.
I will say this. I know the individual in question, this one in particular, and I will say this. There was nothing stopping that person from doing that stuff before, but they were just kind of too lazy to do it. The main reason why OnlyFans works for them is because all they got to do is hit record and shake their ass, and then some dude that's never even that ain't tasted or seen pussy since the day he was born will throw money at
Ain't
him,
had
right?
the pussy since the pussy had you.
Ain't had pussy since the pussy had you. Ain't that a bitch?
Pussy since the pussy had you.
Okay.
Pussy had you.
Okay, I didn't know she was gonna be talking about that too.
Hey, man.
Hey, she lit when she talk now.
Yeah, hey, she don't talk much, but when she does,
She say some
It
shit.
took a whole season and a half for our listeners to realize I'm gonna talk when I feel like it, and I'm gonna talk about what the fuck I wanna.
randomly.
They thought we were oppressing and subjugating her, like we wouldn't let
Like
her
somebody
talk.
was over here holding the fucking tape over my mic. I can't. They can't hear me. Why can't they hear me?
I hate it. Like, there were so many people that were like, you know what? I want to know what she thinks. I'm like, yeah, you know, do you not listen to the fucking show? Because she only talks when she's thinking about something.
Yeah.
Like, man, you know what would be real oppression? Talk. Talk. Tell the public.
I don't want to tell them all my business today. I didn't
No.
sign up for
Get out
that.
here. I want you to go on Twitter. I want you to tell everyone all your goddamn business. That's what you need to fucking do. All right, that's what they want.
That's what they want. They can't have it.
I'm gonna put this on the record one more time for everybody that's actually listening. Hotels TM will come out when it's ready.
No,
That's right. Hotels. We.
Hotel.
Jasmine Sullivan, I'm coming for you for stealing my title. I don't
I
appreciate that.
distinctly remember you having that. I
Look,
remember.
look. Tales of daring twerk contests. It's hotels. Ooh.
Shout out, what's my man's name? Papa Peapod or whatever. He gave us this nice artwork and whatnot. Shout out to him. He over here at Triangle Arts Making.
That's right. Maroon Podcast today, brought to you by the letter G.
Yeah. He's
G for
seem like a
Gibbons.
cool dude.
All right, so yo, Mook. All right, so
The
Macon,
gift that keeps
Georgia.
on
All right,
Gibbons.
so tell us a little bit. All right, so here's the layout of Macon, Georgia, and this what reminded me of Staten in the documentary. So we got here. It's not so much each of the either projects or public housing so much as the size of town. So you definitely got big East Side versus the West versus the South, all of this, whatever. So it was all this division that was going on and whatnot. And then we had the obvious racism because we in the deep South. They still got the whites only sign over by the baseball stadium and shit or whatever. And so you had like all this division. And you had cats that have been rapping for the longest time or whatever, warring with each other, whatever else. And then we were basically like, man, fuck all this. Like Macon ain't even on the map like that. Like we got to get together and figure this thing out, at least for the sake of getting ourselves out there. So like so with that, so like back when y'all were first like really kicking it off, really getting started, like what was the climate? Was the racism still kind of high in Staten? Like what was going on around that time?
Yeah, pretty much, bro. Pretty much, racism was still present, not long. During we lost a couple of brothers, out there while we was on tour from police brutality.
Oh yeah, I heard that because they had like a lot of choke out type shit up there. Yeah.
Yep. And so racism, it's still here. It's still all over the place, man. But something's buzzing me. Did you just say that they still got the whites only sign?
Put them on game, but like they say they keeping it for historical.
But
Yeah,
is this
for
on,
historical
what kind of-
purposes.
What building? This is actually on the stadium.
Baseball joint in Central Park, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See on the train station where they
at the
just
terminal
shot
station.
Black Widow.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they just shot a scene for Marvel's Black Widow here and making it the very same station
Where they have the coloreds only entrance.
Still got the coloreds only entrance for historical preservation. So this is something that I rail against, and I'm still trying to get
I'm
a
saying,
hold.
but-
Yo, Making Monuments guy, you say you want to talk, but you don't answer none of my fucking phone calls. What's up with that?
Yeah, but people need to stop supporting these things.
Yep.
You know,
So
everything that is attached to stop supporting it. You know, let them fill it in your pockets because that's the only thing that makes social change is war or finance
And money.
You know what I'm saying? One or the other. You know, we ain't looking to go to war, but we have a big control over finance.
Yep.
You know, all we gotta do is keep our money in our pockets.
That's right.
And when you're ready to spend it the right way. Spend it pro-black.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Spend that shit.
And what they try
You know
to
what
do
I'm saying?
here to preserve
In your community. Now hold on, G.
Yeah, go ahead.
When I say that pro-black, I'm talking about pro-black in your community. I'm not saying spend your money in a black organization in a whole nother state. Nah, because that shit ain't gonna do nothing for you in your community. You need to build up your community here. So to those organizations out there that's dealing, or if you see something in your community that you know is in a need, yeah, brothers out there and sisters, y'all need to support those local little companies out there. You need to support them, you know, and keep that money in your community, man. That's what's important. That's how you can build that shit up.
And what they try to do here, and this is why they stay up, is because we're not allowed to have them in a museum. Okay? Because you're not allowed to display those things in a museum, so they would have nowhere to put them. So they don't want to throw away the history. They want to preserve history for future generations. So that's why those buildings, those fucking signs and shit are still on those buildings, because they're historical. And they're protected because they are historical. That's the excuse they use.
As much as cultures have come throughout human history and then destroyed the history of people, it really makes you think, like, if you're already in the habit of that, there's some history that probably needs to be destroyed. Like, if you don't erase the memory of what happened and things like that, but then the actual physical objects that are still preserving that, because it's just like, you know what I'm saying, like hanging a noose on the entrance of a place or whatever. Like, it's intimidating. Like, you don't want to go through that door. Like, fuck that door. Like, it's talking about whites only or colors only. I don't care. It's like, it's reminiscent of a time when things were really fucked up. So it's like, it's almost like you don't feel welcome there anyway.
Right.
Right.
All you're doing is preserving the hatred that went in to the creation of that specific object, whether it be a sign, whether it be the damn water fountain. It's just ridiculous to me. In a town that focuses so heavily, like, you know, for example, the new Tubman Museum that's run by a white man.
Which was also in Black Widow,
Yep.
top of it.
Hey.
Yeah. No, yeah. Taskmaster getting his ass whooped on that building.
No, but I'm serious, you guys. You know, if y'all see these racist things out there, these landmarks, you can't support them. You can't support it in any way at all.
And
Kids can't even go to school trips to just look at these things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I'm talking about, supporting them. You gotta exit out. It's like, don't act like it doesn't exist. You know, keep your dollars home. 'Cause everything costs. Even the free things cost. It costs with participation. You know, so if you continuously going, they counting you as going. So the federal government still feeding you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't go to that shit. Even if it ain't costing you nothing, don't go.
Because to build on that, what do you need to go down Cotton Avenue and be at these businesses that all face a monument where bodies were sold at?
Right. But we got to preserve that statue, though. We got to preserve the statue of that auctioneer. We got to preserve the what was it? The women of
the Confederacy. Fuck every damn one of you.
Statue. Yeah. We got to preserve all that.
From the real Miss America. Fuck every last one of you.
They want to preserve it, that's fine. But it doesn't need to be displayed nowhere.
Exactly.
Right.
You know, put it in a damn warehouse and close it up somewhere. You know, where you can preserve it.
Yeah.
And you know what?
That's preserving it.
And what did they say to me and you when we went there? We can't do that. That's illegal. We can't actually store them. Basically, it's illegal to do shit with them. You can't put them in a memorial
They
graveyard.
take them down.
Yeah,
Destroy
exactly.
You can move them outside
Then
the
destroy
graveyard,
them.
but you
If you-
just
They need to have.
have to be prominently seen. That's what it says.
No. It should be
Yeah,
one or the
that's
other.
rule.
If you can't store them, you must destroy them. You know what I'm saying? One or the other. There's no other options.
Store or destroy.
And you know what? And
Explore the options.
they yell all the time. It's about their heritage and shit. It's like, bro, the dudes that were leading this shit said they didn't even want monuments.
Right.
So it's like, why are you? It's like, what is it for?
And why is this coming from the people that don't like participation trophies? Y'all lost. Hang it up. You lost.
You lost, but you still want the damn recognition and the trophy for fighting? I don't know, man.
You lost.
You lost the war. I know damn well. Whenever I lose, I never got shit.
They got a plan. They want to come back.
Of course.
They've been talking about
Hey,
coming
look,
back.
Stone Mountain still has Ku Klux Klan meetings. Just an hour and 15 up north. Oh yeah, they still rally out there, bro. I mean, come on, their heroes are etched into the side of that damn rock. So it's like Stone Mountain's got a Civil War monument on it. Ku Klux Klan hosts events out there to this day. It's like it has not gone anywhere. It's just that now people are starting to actually pay attention to it. You know, we didn't have the internet, 30, 40 years ago, right? So this kind of shit just happened. And nobody said anything about it. And even if you did, it wouldn't get spread outside of your own community. But now people are trying to act like, oh, y'all are making it seem like police are doing this to black people because they are. And because they have been.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that reminds me of a question I always wanted to ask. All right, so my cousins and I, like, we actually trained in Bujinkan Ninjutsu, so we considered our family like a little ninja clan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the things that we ran into in the South, like when we started, calling ourselves Wind Clan, is that you had like, it wasn't so much from the people themselves, so much as like if we were going to work with this company or that company, whatever, they were afraid that the word clan itself or whatever would remind people of Ku Klux Klan. Did Wu-Tang run into any of that shit? Like trying to tell people that the Wu-Tang Clan was coming to, I don't know, to Atlanta or some shit.
Oh shit, the Klan's coming to Atlanta?
No, at the very beginning.
Right.
At the very beginning, yes, I had those conversations. I really did have those conversations about that. And I say now we even spell it differently.
Right.
Right. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like clan is family. Like,
right.
Hey.
Explain to them what it is. And we're not the Ku Klux family. We are the Wu-Tang family.
and
Right.
Matter of fact, doing my etymology research, I learned that the word clan is actually the oldest and closest like word to what we actually mean
What
when
we
we say
mean when we
family.
say family.
But the word family itself actually refers to servants. Like it actually comes from a word meaning servant. So it's weird how they kind of switch that around on us.
Look, all I'm saying is, and hey, listen, white folks out there, I know we got a few of them that listen to us,
Yeah, we like them motherfuckers. We ain't talking about y'all.
I'm gonna throw y'all. Listen,
They
y'all know
know
whenever
we're
we
not
talk
talking
about
about them.
whenever we talk about this stuff, we're not talking about you. But I need you to look at your racist ass uncle that is a Ku Klux Klan member, and I need you to look him dead in the eyes and go, listen, man, if you want to be a wizard so bad, you can play Dungeons and Dragons. This shit. This shit gotta stop, bro. Like, I'm the Grand Wizard, fucking high, holy warrior, and I never take my pistol off ever. That militia leader up here in Georgia, the guy who actually calls himself a holy warrior, and he refers to his members of his militia as knights and all this other stuff. They all have like code names and shit they come up with themselves. And then they go out in the woods once a month on some National Guard shit and play out in the woods and pretend to shoot terrorists and shit. But the only thing I notice is they're all white except for one. There is one black member, and you could tell he never got invited to play with the rest of us, and he internalized that shit.
That's a super villain waiting to happen. right there.
Man, I'm telling you,
Captain, one of the good ones.
Oh man,
Good old boy.
if this dude looks like a Little Debbie chocolate cupcake, you know damn well you cut that cake brick slice motherfucker in half, he's just gonna be cream filled as fuck. All right, that boy ain't had a melanated thought his whole fucking life.
Why do they all look like my ex but taller?
They do, actually. He does. He's the same wedge body shape, dark skinned, cubby kind of dude, right? But he's just a total gun nut, and I think he goes by Rambo. One of them goes by Rambo. They all got stupid little code names. And I want to talk to these people so bad, but at the same time, I know they just shoot me and say I attacked them. So what's the point?
Shit, you better talk to them motherfuckers on stream, y'all.
I know, right? It's like, hey, so, hey, listen, I would have talked to y'all in person, but when a man looks me dead in the eyes and says the world is so corrupt and he's so afraid for his life that he has to carry a pistol with him everywhere, like open carry out in the open, so you can see that he has it, and he leaves his house in the morning, pistol, and he does not take that shit off his side till he goes upstairs into his office. And gets on his forums and talks to all the other racist militia leaders here in Georgia. And it's like, man, if y'all want that so bad, yo, you want to be Master Chief so bad, bro, go play some fucking Halo. Listen, your heyday is done. I'm really tired of these old, fat, dumpy dudes who never joined the military, never fought in a war, pretending like there's one to fight here.
George Floyd.
Bruh.
What name is? Who killed Draymond? What's his name?
Oh, Zimmerman.
Zimmerman. It's like they're just pretend. Dude, there's nothing they love more than pretending that everything's a fucking war zone. And I'm like, bro, let me tell you, even in combat, we have rules of engagement. And guess what? We didn't get to go in there shooting every random fucking thing. We couldn't respond to fear. You had to properly identify shit before you could engage. So the fact that these dudes are like, no, we out here doing this for self-defense.
That's not how that works.
That's not how that works. You don't need to practice squad maneuvers and tactics and shit for personal self-defense. That
As a
doesn't make
matter
no
of
damn
fact,
sense.
as a matter
You
of
raided
fact,
some shit.
if your self-defense in fact looks like assault, you're doing it wrong.
Right. And the Proud Boys like to say that. People don't like us because we make self-defense look like physical assault. Wait, if you're assaulting someone, you're not defending yourself.
See, the thing
Words
is-
mean
the
things,
thing
kids.
is- The thing is that these cats are preparing for war.
Yes.
When they say they preparing for war, they preparing for war right here in America,
Civil War.
right? And you saying, oh no, it's not gonna happen. No, it's gonna happen because these motherfuckers are gonna attack.
Dead
See,
ass.
they
Domestic
not
terrorism.
doing all this shit just because they want to play games. No, they preparing and they training. This is real life training for these motherfuckers.
And whenever they get asked about it, they're like, oh no, we're just training to defend ourselves. It's like, I think it's amazing that when a group of white men get together with guns and body armor, y'all call it a militia. But when a group of black men get together with half of those things, it's a gang, they're thugs, and they need to be stopped. You know
Terrorists.
What I mean? They're terrorists. What are you guys doing out here in the middle of the woods? It's like, when they're out in the middle of the woods playing around with guns and shit, shooting everything up, nobody questions them. Meanwhile, you can't sit on your own front porch in some black neighborhoods.
We show up here every week. All of a sudden,
All of a sudden, a police officer got to sit up the street
Megan's
from us.
finest got to be right there blocking the goddamn
Damn
road.
Ain't never happened before.
So is the line not so much nowadays, but once upon a time we had these terms like, oh, that's white shit. Is white shit basically just the type of stuff that niggas will either get shot or locked up for if they were doing?
Oh yeah,
Is that basically?
Bro, 100%. Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, that's some white boy shit right there.
That's white boy shit. Don't do that.
Whenever you say that's some white boy shit, well, let's go down the list of things, shall we? Base jumping. That shit where you jump off a building with a fucking parachute. You ever heard of a nigga doing that? No, because
White
any
boy
nigga
shit.
that-
White boy shit.
White boy shit. Right?
Oh,
Confirm.
I got the bestest example.
Bungee jumping. You know why you never hear about bungee jumping going wrong?
White boy shit.
There you go.
White boy shit.
I got the best one for
Confirmed.
you. It is a leash. The handle is a gun.
Yeah. White boy
White
shit.
boy shit.
White boy shit.
Like, imagine
Confirmed.
this. Yep. Like, just think about it for like 2
You
seconds,
get
right?
stopped with your umbrella that looks like a katana.
Yep. Like, it's just insane.
Oh,
dude.
not yet.
I have a sword.
Yeah.
Umbrella that I got for my birthday.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's like, look, man, if I'm
I don't
walking,
know.
Borderline. It depends.
yeah.
Well, there was a cosplayer that got shot and killed on the train with a prop sword.
Yes, he did. Plastic sword.
Well, see, that's a prop sword.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that motherfucker can't do nothing with that shit. Oh,
Yeah, and that you got to think to yourself: did he kill him because he thought he had a sword? Did he kill him because he could say he thought he had a sword?
yeah, he couldn't defend himself.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Y'all got to think about that. shit.
Cardboard. Pow, pow, pow.
Anytime I've seen a kid,
You know they gotta get their shit off. You know they got a crew out there that they gotta kill a motherfucker. They gotta kill a nigga.
they live.
get initiated.
Listen, man, they live.
They have police, active police telling the story. That is a gang of police that kill motherfuckers. You gotta get your points. You gotta kill them.
jump
You
out
need to be
boys.
careful. No,
Yeah.
you need to be careful. If you
Yeah.
see a police officer with a Punisher skull with a blue stripe going through it, don't fuck with that motherfucker. Don't talk to him. None of that shit.
Frank
First of
Castle.
all, they don't read
No,
actual
nah, fuck that.
Punisher
They don't read
comics.
fucking Punisher because Frank Castle fucking hates cops.
Right.
The Punisher hates the fucking police. But the police love to, much like Nazis, co-opt things that are socially acceptable or socially revered. So they see the Punisher skull and they're like, yeah, look at this badass with these guns. Look how clean cut and everything is. He don't take no shit from the government. He must be aligned with us.
Nah.
Not at all.
Nah,
Fucking can't
bitch.
stand you. Wouldn't spit on you if you're on fire.
The Punisher literally had a whole line in a comic where a cop was like, oh, you're one of us. And he was like, bitch, I am not one of you. like it's like, but if you see that, if you see a cop with like unauthorized patches on him, like thin blue line patches or a 3, like a Roman numeral 3.
I'm 13.
No, that's called a 3%er. They are the people that believe that they are the descendants of the southern folks that actually fought against the British. They believe that only 3% of the colonist population fought against the British, and they are the true Americans. Now, if you see a Roman numeral 3 on a cop's vest, don't even talk to that motherfucker.
Well, you know that shit is stupid.
It
They
is.
feel they true Americans because they fought against the British. The British, they was just like you.
Right.
They ain't own this shit.
Right.
But now
You know
when
what I'm saying?
you can't, when you tell them that shit, it starts to blow their mind. It's like, but bro, let me ask you this. Now, there was a whole 65-year period where you weren't allowed to import slaves, so what did y'all do?
You bred the ones you had.
You mass-produced the shit out of us when we were 12 and 15 years old. Now you wonder why the fuck we look at y'all and go, I don't trust you. Everything was a commodity to you. Y'all had breeding guides on us, bro. Like, we're not stupid.
Books.
Whole books.
Almanacs, if you will.
How to get certain body characteristics and shit. Whole books on this shit.
Shout out to my dude Valenti from Stones Band. He just shared the book How to Make the Negro a Christian. Or whatever that was pretty back then. Man.
So far I've read They Were Her Property and The Delectable Negro.
You heard of Delectable Negro Mook?
Nah, man, tell me.
Oh,
All right.
shit.
All right, where do you want me to
This
begin
shit.
with this shit?
Just the title
All
already
right,
says.
The Delectable Negro. Now, what if I told you the idea of cannibalism was actually started by European people fear-mongering Africa and shit anyway? Now, what if I told you that because of that mysticism and the fan fiction that they kept coming up with every time they would go to visit Africa, our witch doctors and stuff, and lack of understanding and whatnot, they then decided, what if we started practicing this? Maybe we could get in touch with their shamanistic and spiritual. Oh yeah, dead ass. So the reason why cannibalism started breaking out in white communities is because of bullshit they started. It actually started with the French in particular. So what they started doing was they started looking at us as like these conduits because, you know, clearly they're these
Magical
very
Negroes.
magical beings and these spiritual beings. Like, look at how their shamans are and how they. So what they would do is they would take this, they would research that, and then they would try to get it out of us in the one way that they heard we extract power.
By
Eating
physically
hearts,
consuming us.
boiling people into oil and shit.
Oh, have a fun time trying to look up whether or not Nat Turner was eaten. Supposedly, Nat
Cooking
Turner
oil.
was eaten and turned into cooking
He
oil.
was turned into fucking cooking oil. So it's like you really gotta understand, man. Like
They were eating us.
It goes further from bro. They were not just eating you. You were meat. When I say you were meat, check this out. You weren't just food. You were food. You were pleasure. You were a beast of burden. They could
Entertainment.
walk in, fuck you, beat you up. Like there was a recount of this one gentleman, a ship captain. He would take the one Negro that was on his crew, pull him into his cabin, tie him up, bent over
Like a chair.
like a chair, and then would beat him and sodomize him with a rope. A rope. He would shove a rope up this man's ass, and then
rope burn in
and
there?
then pull it out, and then shove it back, like simulating a limp dick fucking somebody. Think about that shit. And this was just common practice in buck breaking because they would do this in front of other black folks, in front of your children, in front of your wife, in front of your whole community. If they saw anyone with some confidence, if they saw confidence in you, And they were gonna shove something up your ass in front of everybody and then be like, well, how can you even look at him? Look, how could you look at him as a leader? You either died
Or you were humiliated.
or you were humiliated. And they tried to break you. So it's, and it's like you read through a whole book of this. It's nothing but them going, yeah, white people preyed on us, and it was some of the most homoerotic shit because it was a heavy focus on our men. It was a huge focus on our men. Even their women focused on our men.
Especially the women.
Their women preyed on the men. Okay, most mulattoes that were born house servants and shit, they were bastard children of the master and the mistress. Period. And people don't want to look at that shit. But then when you read into it, no, it wasn't just it wasn't your ancestor getting lucky and fucking his wife behind his back. No, they would have whole parties.
Yeah, they
They
would
would
set
have
up.
orgies.
Yeah,
where they
just for
would
their-
watch black people fuck. White folks walking in, they would go to the plantation.
For their entertainment.
Yep, sipping champagne and stuff. It's like, when are the Negroes, you're gonna bring them out to have the orgy? And he's like, look at the little savages go. My goodness, what stamina. Oh my God. And then they would sell breeding bucks based on that. Look how strong he is. Look at that stamina. Look how he's just able to fuck for hours. Look at how hard he could work for you.
I guarantee you, we didn't come up with the term BBC because the shit is redundant.
So
Like,
it's
yeah.
like you realize that shit, man. And you look at it when you were turned into that kind of a commodity. Fuck no, I don't think you deserve to have your fucking statue
Yeah. Or your colored only son.
or your colored only signs. You suck
white
my
only
dick,
son.
bro. Although I don't want to say that because they probably line up to do it.
And probably eat it afterward.
Probably line up to, and then eat it out of envy. How dare your dick be that
Now
big?
that needs to be a Jordan.
It's my hot sauce.
Bruh.
That needs to be a Jordan Peele movie right there. Like they kind of got into it a little bit with Get Out, but like if it was just like cannibals and they just actually
I mean, then you had that Janelle Monáe movie.
Antebellum.
But here's the problem with Antebellum. Y'all know that's the most unbelievable shit. Granted, it exposed something. Yeah, white people will role play that shit if you let them.
And if they thought they can get away with
If
just
you
snatching
let
people
white-
up out
if
of their
you let
homes, they
white
probably
people
would.
get away with going and playing plantation owner. They do it. Oh, they
I
pay
ain't seen
big
them.
money to do it.
Wasn't.
Are you
ain't
kidding
looked
me?
at Antebellum yet, but
Bruh, I'm just
I know
saying.
the premise.
It's kind of terrible. Oh, it gets... There... You care about spoilers? Okay.
It's been out long enough.
It's been out long enough.
Yeah. It's
Let me
past
just
the
say this,
expiration
man. Y'all are trying way too hard when you got this bitch riding a horse through a Civil War battle, and it makes specific notes. People are shooting directly at her, and she's not getting hit. And then, as she rides through this battle, triumphantly escaping, she gets further away, further away, further away, and then she runs by a sign that says "Antebellum Civil War," Antebellum Civil War reenactment.
Yeah, so they thought they had traveled back in time.
All the
way
black
back.
people that are there were actually just kidnapped by modern white folks and forced to play slave at gunpoint while other white tourists looked at them and shit like it was a museum.
Oh shit.
That's fucked up.
And that's the premise of that movie. And I'm like, this is why I hate these movies. I'm sick of this shit.
Oh shit.
To be completely
Crazy
honest,
shit,
I can
right?
kind of get behind it as a message of no, you don't need to let them keep pretending to do this because this is how far it can spiral out of hand, like letting pedophiles having little boy dolls to fuck.
Yeah.
That's happening?
Yes, they're trying to do that as a way to, because my method of, chemical castration, that's inhumane. So what we need to do is we need to let them have little
Little dolls.
dolls.
Boys.
of children.
If you're a company that makes little boy dolls to fuck, you ought to be.
Right, there's already something wrong.
You mean to tell me there's a sympathizer on your board with enough influence to go, this is a good idea and we're not investigating him?
Yeah.
Look, I'm sorry. Anytime somebody says that kind of shit, dude, I'm like, I don't know. I'm looking at you now. Like, like if you're like, man, let the pedophiles fuck a doll. It's not an actual person. It's like, you sound like you about to pre-order one your damn self.
Right.
Anytime you say that to me.
What happens with anything after you practice enough?
Hello.
Fuck out of here.
Keep in mind, they still ain't figured out how to stop shooting black folk, and yet here we are venturing
We're sympathizing
into
with-
conversations about rights for pedophiles.
We're sympathizing with
How in the
pedophiles
fuck?
and it's like, all this other shit. It's like, look, I'm not trying to go against anybody, but you heard what I said the other day. I was like, listen, no offense to the queer folks out there, but I ain't fighting for you no more. I got too much shit. My own people getting fucked up left and right. Like, it's not the same shit, and I gotta kind of focus on that.
Not gonna fight against you.
Not gonna fight against you,
Ain't
for
gonna
sure.
stop you from doing what you got to do.
Absolutely not.
We just gotta kind of focus.
But
on
I just gotta really
clean
zero
up
in
our
on
house
this.
real quick.
You know,
what I'm saying?
but man, oh man, it's like you look at their dudes here, and Mook, you'll probably see it right up the road from where we live. Dude's got his house on the left-hand side, making monuments matter with his phone number in bright red numbers, with a picture of the auctioneer standing there.
Yep, that exact statue on Cotton
Exact
Avenue.
statue on Cotton Avenue, sitting there going, making monuments matter.
But you know,
That's the name. That's his slogan.
But you know, I wore my Black Lives Matter shirt to Kroger one day, and I had my headphones on, so I don't know how many white women were saying things to me while giving me the stink eye, but a bunch of white women were saying things to me while giving me the stink eye.
Oh, I wore my Black Voters Matter shirt the other day.
They actually said something to
I don't know what they said. I couldn't hear them. Kept walking.
See,
I went there to get
what you're talking
groceries.
Let me tell you something about racists, bro. They're the most cowardly motherfuckers in the world 9 times out of 10. It's always some shit under their breath or some dog whistly shit. You know what I mean? Like, they always got to co-op something. The fact they tried to make the OK sign a racist symbol. Come on, bro. Like, get out of here, dude. Bruh. Like I said, Nazis tend to like stealing things. The swastika, the skull emblems for the SS, those are all stolen things from other causes.
Yep.
The skull is memento mori. Remember that you die. It is literally just meant to humble soldiers for them to realize you can die at any time. You are mortal too. That's all that means. But what did they do? They took it and they were like, this means you are pure blood. To the bone, you are pure blood, Aryan perfection.
Not in America, you not.
Well, yeah.
You mixed with something over
No,
here.
I'm sorry. Excuse me? How dare you? Okay, granted, if you take 36 white folks and put them in an elevator, you'd have one Cherokee.
Damn. That's deep, baby. That's deep.
Hey, say something.
Hello, my name is Captain
Man,
Flint.
say something.
My name is Captain Flint. That's at CAP10FLINT. Come at me. I said what I said. At me, bruh.
Capo Flint, what?
Capo Flint.
And go on Ancestry.com.
Hey, listen, I hate to tell you, I look back on my ancestry and I'm like, damn, let's see, Cameroonian, German. Oh shit, yeah, I'm nothing but racial conflict leading up to me in this very present day.
I'm Irish.
Yeah, I'm German, Irish, like all the white folks in there, German, Irish, and it's like, okay, cool.
My mama them ain't light skinned for no reason.
Yeah, right?
Shit.
And it's like, y'all want to sample the flavor, but you want to keep us good and contained, and I don't know why.
Let's talk about why platforms like this, because we obviously made this at the crib or whatever. That's how it started out. And then when Mook in the Morning, a lot of folks, like when this radio show hits and it's just all over the fucking place, a lot of people aren't going to realize this started with you just wanting to go live from your crib. Everything was shut down and whatever else, and you just wanted people to be informed. Tell folks a little bit about like the beginning of Mook in the Morning on IG.
Yeah, well, it's basically what you said. The Mook in the Morning show on IG. It was it had two parts to it. One was just as you say, because the pandemic, everyone was locked in, so I wanted to speak. I wanted to share my thoughts. But I also wanted to prepare myself to get to be speaking. Because for this Mook in the Morning show that starting August 2nd, you know that y'all need to download that radio app.
World Radio app.
World Radio app. And go ahead and get it at your app stores, on your iPhones, or your Google stores, or whatever, on your Google phones, either all the other phones too. Wherever you buy your stuff at, that's where you can
Get it on your house phone. I don't give a damn.
You know,
We on it.
put it on your laptops, computers, do all that. You know. But yeah. So that gave me the courage to speak to the audience, to the people, and there's some good practice in this shit, and I'm ready to talk to you guys. I got a lot of shit to talk about, So y'all need to come on out. I'm about to leave, get the fuck up out of here.
Right.
But
Before you
yeah,
do,
y'all niggas need to come check me out on Woo World Radio from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Follow at John Mook
Monday to
Gibbons.
Friday.
Monday through Friday.
I be poking in through there too.
Follow
Anytime I
me
be coming in.
at John Mook Gibbons on IG, also at Mook in the Morning, IG, and whatever else that's out there. World Radio IG and
Oh,
Wu-Tang Management IG, PYN Nation, all that shit, y'all.
if
I
you
got-
see a W, follow it.
I got one question.
Some of it may not be.
Yeah.
I got one question for you, Mook, and this is me. Now, those that know me know I don't really have a father figure, but I'm always willing to learn something. And you know what? You have done what I'm trying to do for these cats.
Okay.
I'm trying to make Macon's version of the Wu-Tang Clan. I'm trying to make sure that my Madvocates are
Hey.
able to do what they do
Wow.
and get out there in the world and actually express their art, because I think it's a damn shame that folks like Gutta, like C-Win, you know, that come out here that have this passion and this creativity and this amazing drive, man, that they don't get represented. And if there's one thing I'm able to do, you know, I got a gift for gab, and I'm able to talk to a lot of people into doing a lot of shit. And what I want to keep doing, I want to keep talking people into doing shit for these dudes, you know what I mean? And I want to keep doing it for this city and for my people. So, from an expert, how can I do that?
Well, it's funny that you say this.
I love answers that start that
I
way.
tend to get told that.
You know, it is. It's kind of funny you say this because on my way here, you know, I was talking to my cousin and one of my boys, and we were saying, yo, why we ain't got a Wu-Tang South out this motherfucker?
I mean,
You know? Or Protect Your Neck South. You know, I'm like,
I'm not trying to say I always say the right shit.
you know, and I'm saying, you know what, y'all,
Titans East, you say?
this shit is,
You
it
see
can
it?
happen.
You seeing it?
And so we started talking. We said, damn, now, you know, now we got a reason to get the house out here. You know? So we said, yeah, let's look at some shit. And then we came over here to this spot. My cousin wasn't bullshitting. He was talking, really want to buy this motherfucker.
Word.
You know, so.
Oh, you like my little slice of heaven, do you?
Yeah. So we just thinking about this is a good fucking place to start off a festival.
Oh, you mean that shit that I've been yelling at these white folks for months? What coincidence? I've literally been
just
saying
so
that.
happens to be in the work, sir.
And we were just talking about shooting a documentary
I know
around a festival
Yeah.
being held right here. So
Did I not just say? It
You
seems
know,
I always
put
seem
a
to say
brand on
that.
it, you know, and make it work. I think it's something, you know, I'm going back home and put it on the calendar to talk about it, you know, but I
For
think it's
sure.
something that should be done.
Boom, boom.
Man,
hey, say less.
All right.
We'll get Rick on.
my Madvocates, I don't know how much more I can do for you than that. Shit.
I don't know, Kevin.
Man.
Yeah. I keep them wilding out up in here. We mad as fuck. Way down in the Makonga jungle deep.
Yeah, cause that was the most important thing. Like, I remember sitting there, and then it started with a joke on the couch when I was with my brother, and I was just like, you know what, I should start a sushi restaurant like dedicated to Old Dirty Bastard and call it Sashimi Ya, and then like the tagline be, "Ooh baby, we like it raw." And then like from there, he looked at me, said, "That shit would be kind of fire." And I was like, I was like, what would you have to do to get licensing for that? So that's what had me start like actually reaching out to folks, just like to research like how that would work. And then like halfway into it, like I took classes for like entrepreneurship, like with Bert over there at Operation Hope, all of this or whatever, like seeing what it would take to open a restaurant, whatever. And then in the middle of it, I stopped. I said, there's better ways to honor the Wu-Tang legacy. Like this sounds almost like it's bordering on some Silver Ring shit right here. I was like, the best way to honor that W is to live the example or whatever, like what it means to actually get out here, be able to create that understanding with your fellow music brothers. Like a lot of these cats I grew up with, like Orange, who's part of it. I know him since I was like 8 years old. You know, so the best thing that we can do is to actually lead by example, like that. Look out for the children. Teach the baby, make this a brighter future for our kids, and then just leave it at that. And then that took me a lot farther than maybe opening some restaurant or something like that would, because I came in, I said, okay, this is something that's worth preserving. Like if Mook's trying to build this show and take it as far as he can go, I'm along for the whole ride, whatever you need, G. And then my peoples, they right there, Gutter, he's helping with content now, or whatever. These guys, like whenever I have to focus on protect your neck stuff or whatever, they holding the whole city down. So it's like bomb from there, G.
Yo, G, this show need to come on World Radio and shit.
Oh
We
man,
would love to.
Hey, you know,
I'd be
I
honored.
need to be talking to Hakeem about this, man.
Hey, say less.
there you go.
I'm loving it.
Do it.
I'm down with that, man. I'll be there.
How many episodes in?
Oh,
23.
this is gonna be our 24th episode. Just got edited. This is episode 25.
All right, yeah. Sitting ready.
Oh yeah,
All right.
every time, man. Every week we ready to go.
We got the retreat coming up. We'll build on that.
Yeah. Okay, your crew coming, right?
I know Guts is coming.
I mean,
but
I
hey,
can.
shit, that's his stomping ground.
I can, shit.
people
That's my
in the-
home,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, we present this to the family, yo.
May as well come on down. Be like, who's a failure now, Dad? Who's disappointed in who, Douglas?
Ultimate slap of the face.
You pointed a gun in my face last time. What if I told you I got two brothers working on a song about that shit? Ah!
It's crazy.
Oh man.
That's what it is.
But you know what? I appreciate having you and
Yes.
Mook. Hey, here's to an incredible future. I mean, for real.
Absolutely.
Like,
Thank you.
I mean, yo, our little M would not be here. Like we talk about how the Wook W is like a phoenix, right?
That's a real.
If you look at it, if you look at the M is nothing but that bird in full downswing. We got our little,
wings so it can rise again.
we got our expletives down there at the bottom, bro, because that bird flapping so hard, the whole world about to go, fuck, how come I ain't see this shit coming?
There it is.
Ain't that hot, Vito?
Bruh, I'm
Ex
telling you.
flap of the phoenix.
We
Come on, man, keep it
the
flapping, man.
we the crimson fucking firebirds up in this valley. All
Keep
right,
it flapping at this motherfucker.
Yeah, keep slapping.
there you go. And speaking of
flying
which, I mean, we're about at that damn time.
Yeah.
And you know what? We've had our mentor here long enough. We got to get this man
Yeah.
on the road doing what he do best,
Yeah. Gotta make moves.
spreading the word. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do our usual, do that round table goodbye.
I just want one before you do that.
Please.
Say one thing to Chris, man. The things that you do are the things that needs to be done. It ain't what you can offer or material things, but it's just adding on. And you were definitely adding on, bro.
Oh man.
That's what always make this family bigger, because you add on. You don't just come. You come and you bring quality and dedication.
Wow.
Every
And
time,
I
man.
salute you for that, brother.
Salute.
You know?
I mean, I
Absolutely.
appreciate that, G. That man's alive.
There you go. I don't think any of us could top that.
Yeah, that's
C-Win-
my outro. Fuck that shit. I'm saying peace.
C-Win getting the full recognition
I'm
for
saying
once.
peace.
Hey, hey, peace, y'all. Way down here in the Makonga Jungle Deep, I'm telling you, where all the thoughts and the dirty holes creep. You can't say you ain't heard a word I said. Cause at this point, we gonna beat this horse to that motherfucker dead.
Y'all done tried to dodge. Y'all done tried to juke. But y'all done fucked up and let us fuck around with Mook. We out. There you go.
Double mic.
And we out of here,
Oh,
baby.
wait. So I'm not singing Gina, and it's not morning, but we got Mook in the morning, Mook in the evening, just for y'all.
There
There
it
you go,
is.
folks.
There you go.
And with that,
Appreciate
crewman,
you, G.
we love you.
Yes, sir.
We
Love
be
you
out of
back.
here. Peace.
Bye.